I was telling my videographer, I was like, man, I feel like Whitney Houston with this top. Followings grow because something is notable, is new and notable. When we even think about things that are going viral, it's what? People sharing, and then the algorithm picks it up. Guaranteed. I guarantee that if you do these 4 steps, you are truly going to grow your following. Hey, CourtneyLSanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things, and I'm excited to talk about the 4 steps you can take to grow your following in 2023. Guaranteed. I guarantee that if you do these 4 steps, you are truly going to grow your following. And I know that this is a big hot topic because everybody's talking about algorithms right now. Is the Instagram algorithm, is it up, is it down? YouTube, what are they doing? Are they prioritizing shorts? Are they prioritizing normal videos? TikTok is, blowing up. Is the algorithm still hot there? Are they still slowing things down? What does your For You page look like? Everybody's talking about all of these things when it comes to content and trying to grow their platform, but I find that they're not talking about the 4 steps that I'm gonna be talking about in this video. So if you wanna know 4 ways to grow your following guaranteed, make sure that you stay tuned because we're gonna get into it right now. All right, when it comes to growing your following, the first thing that you need to understand is that you really wanna abide by timeless principles, not the latest tactics. That's not to say that a particular tactic may not work for you or might not be helpful, but if you are always jumping from tactic to tactic, this is the new thing versus this is not the new thing anymore, you're gonna find yourself feeling kind of unstable because you're tossed here and then, oh, we're not doing that anymore, okay, we're over here, oh wait, we're not doing that anymore. And so I find that you really want to stay close to these principles that I'm really gonna share with you, because if you abide by these principles, it doesn't matter if it's 10 years from now, if there's a brand new social media platform that's hot and everybody's trying to grow their following on it. These are the principles that if you abide by it, your following is really, really gonna grow. And the beauty of it is that they are simple. In fact, they are as simple as A, B, C, D. So with that, let's jump into the first one. The first one, A, is authenticity. And this is more important than ever. So many people are focused on how they can grow a following that they are just copying others and they are doing what everyone else is doing, but there's no unique flair. You have to understand that in this era, people really want to connect with real people. They want to know about you. What do you really think? What's your real life like? But also, what is your real personality like? What are you doing? In fact, as I'm doing this video, I was telling my videographer, I was like, man, I feel like Whitney Houston with this top. But if you've been following me on my channel, you know how I am, okay? My authenticity is your girl's gonna show up, in some clothes, okay? We're gonna do a little fashion, a little style. We're gonna have a little glamorous backdrop because that's how I actually am. This is the type of stuff I wear in my normal life. This is not fake or some sort of affectation. This is Courtney, right? So I might not be in a disco top when you see me, on the street, but I'm gonna be something with a little flair to it because that's just my personality. But I understand other people might not be like that at all, and that's fine. You gotta do what works for you and you have to be who you actually are. So if you're the opposite of me, you're like, no, I like everything super clean, zen, minimalist, I want neutral tones, no color, then maybe your videos are gonna have this like beautiful, tranquil quality to them, and you're gonna be wearing these, beautiful, monotone, neutral, colored clothing that really creates a sense of relaxation when we watch your videos. I don't know, but when you come here, we, at least for today, are doing this kind of 80s glamour, Dallas vibe going on with the hair and the sequins and all of that. But you have to stay true to you and you have to stay authentic. Even with my little quips and my little mom jokes that I tell in my videos, I'm being authentic to me. So I know some people are like, I don't want a life coach who looks like Whitney Houston and wears shiny tops. I want someone who's buttoned up and is wearing a suit. And I'm for that. I don't even necessarily think that that's a bad thing. It's just not gonna happen here on this channel. You might wanna go follow someone over there who's got what they have going on. But for me, I'm gonna stay true to me and I'm gonna stay authentic. And you'll find that if you are authentic to you, you will have a raving community of people who are like, yes, either they feel like, yes, we're the same, I'm just like you, or they're like, I'm not just like you, but I still love what you got going on because I like this vibe here. This is really cool. And so that's something that you really want to create. So stick to it. It doesn't matter. I don't care what platform you're on. Be clear. What is your actual authentic representation? How do you actually want to show up, and make sure you are doing that. Okay, the second thing that you need to do, B, is you need to focus on being brilliant. Focus on your brilliance. everyone for years, we've talked about content, right? Content is king, content is king, content is king. Well, if content is king, brilliance is queen. And so this is what I mean by this. It's not enough to know your stuff. It's not even enough to have good content. You want content that blows people's mind. You want to get in the habit of mastering the way you communicate your content in a way where people feel like, wow, that was such a big aha, that was brilliant. Especially if you're interested in getting in the coaching, training, teaching, any type of online sharing your wisdom. You need to share brilliant wisdom. And so I find that a lot of people are being very kind of boring and dry with how they communicate their content. And then on top of that, they're not being authentic, going back to the first step. So the graphics kind of look like everybody else's. They might be attractive, but there's no flair to them. And then they're communicating the same things that everybody else is saying, but there's no unique ahas or brilliance that they are bringing to the table. And so one of the easiest ways to be brilliant is just to simply be aware of what's going on in your life, your own personal life lessons that you are learning, and then marry that with concepts that you know are going to help your clients. And so a lot of the things that I come up with in these videos, a lot of the examples that I use, a lot of the things that I'm able to break down really come from one, real life experience that I have walking through a lot of this stuff myself, but then also just ahas that I have as I am working on myself as a coach and in my own personal development and in my own business. And then I'm mixing that with my life experience and communicating in a way that I know my audience can really understand. So what is brilliant for one person might not seem brilliant to somebody else, but again, you want to speak just to your target market and speak in a way that they're really going to get in. They're going to say, wow, that was brilliant. I'm going to keep following you and I'm going to tell friends. And again, that's going to grow your following. Okay, C, you could probably guess it at this point. This has been the case, something that you've needed to do to grow your following since the beginning of social media, and that is to be consistent. You want to be consistent at content creation. I cannot tell you how many people are frustrated that their following isn't growing, but then when you check their page, they post like once a month, if that, maybe, once every 2 weeks. That is not gonna cut it, especially not in today's day and age where there's more content than ever. So a lot of people like to fall back on the excuse, oh, quality over quantity. But here's the thing, I find that quantity often produces quality. In fact, when we focus so much on quality, there could be a tendency to go towards perfectionism. And in fact, I have a video right here, wherever it is on the screen, that you can check out that talks about this in more detail. Now, I have a high standard. I'm very much about excellence and doing your best work, but that is not an excuse not to put something out there that is of the best quality that you can do at the time and then do it consistently. So it's better that you be consistent and that you show up, because that is going to help you really refine your message, figure out what your audience really resonates with, and come up with content that goes back to that first step we talked about, A, that is really authentic and is really unique to you and is really gonna set you apart. Because at the end of the day, followings grow because something is notable, is new and notable. When we even think about things that are going viral, it's what? People sharing, and then the algorithm picks it up. I think oftentimes everybody is so focused on how they can gain the algorithm, not realizing that the algorithm is just trying to figure out where are people already focusing on different pieces of content in these various pockets of the internet and how we can amplify that. So all the algorithm does is amplify where there's already interest. So if you can focus on being authentic, being brilliant, and then creating that consistent content, you are gonna garner a lot of interest that the algorithm will eventually pick up, but it's really important that you stick to this. Okay, the next thing that you'll need to focus on, the D, when it comes to growing your following, guaranteed, is being discerning. And I know that might seem opposite because I just said, hey, you need to be consistent and you want to do actually quantity over quality because quantity creates quality. However, you want to be discerning about the platforms that you are producing your content on. Now, any platform can work if it works for you, your target market, etc. And this is where the discernment comes in. So the first thing you need to be discerning about is your unique communication style. How do you communicate the strongest? As clearly evidenced by my preferred platforms, I am a strong verbal communicator. So that is why I have a podcast, I have a video, even on Instagram, you'll find that I'm doing a lot of live streams, and even the content that is written that we post on Instagram are often taken from transcripts of something that I said inside of a live stream. Now, I am also a strong writer as well, but writing takes a lot of time. And with me being a busy mom that wears all the hats and does all the things, I don't always have the time to sit down and write long drawn drawn out thoughts the way I want to, so it's often easier for me to communicate them just by talking verbally. So I am discerning about the platforms that I'm on because I want to make sure that I'm using platforms that use my natural abilities and my best strengths. So you want to think about what are your strengths and what platforms make the best use of them. In addition to being discerning about what you're actually good at and how you actually communicate, you also want to be discerning about where the platform is in its life cycle and what it's currently good for in general for people. I say this because I see platforms in two different categories. I see platforms that are really great for garnering new eyeballs on your brand, new traffic, new following, and then I see platforms that are really great for nurturing. In my opinion, Instagram is not necessarily a platform anymore for finding new people. And I know there's many that would disagree, and there's some that are just getting started on Instagram and they're getting a lot of new traffic, and more power to you. But I think for the majority of people, the algorithm and different things that are happening on Instagram has slowed down, but that doesn't mean Instagram is not a great place to be. I simply use Instagram as a place to nurture people who already know about me. So a lot of people who follow me here on YouTube, I will tell them at the end of my videos, which I'm gonna do at the end of this video as well, to go follow me on Instagram, because that is a great way for me to continue to nurture the relationship. However, there's other platforms that are great for finding new people. YouTube is one of them. So that's why I am on both YouTube and Instagram, because YouTube is my new people platform and then Instagram is my nurture people platform. So you want to be discerning not just about which platform you're on that makes the best use of your talents, but which platform you're on that is going to help you achieve the objective that you're actually looking for. Are you looking for new people, or are you looking to nurture the people you actually have? Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you're gonna love my follower formula worksheet. This is a free cheat sheet that I have to help you grow your following. So you can download this right now by clicking the link below. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If you loved it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you can't wait until my next video, make sure you're subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show, on both iTunes and Spotify. And if you can't wait for my next podcast episode or my next YouTube video, make sure you're following me on Instagram. See, I told you I was gonna invite you to follow me on my Instagram, which is CourtneyLSanders. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.